Okay, this video is for Crazy Llama Poached Egg. You have 4 questions. 4 questions. First question is, how do I stop? The question is, my foot hurts when I pass. How do I stop my foot from hurting? Or how do I pass properly so I don't have pain in my feet while passing? Your second question is, can someone explain like I'm 5 the importance of locking the ankle, and is locking the ankle a good thing or a bad thing? And your third question is, what are the 2 best ways to improve shooting and contested dribbling? Okay, let's go backwards from, you said you got 2 hours either a day or a week to practice on, or let's say even 2 hours a week. Let's say your time is limited, so the only thing you have is either 2 hours all week, or let's say you have every day. So every day a week, 2 hours divided by 7, 20, 14, 7, whatever. So let's say you have 15 minutes a day or 2 hours a week, once a week. The thing that I think will create the most benefit for you, not only to improve shooting as well as passing, right? Because you say you have pain passing, you want to improve shooting, and you want to improve dribbling, contested dribbling. The one thing that you could do that will improve all these things at the same time is juggling. Even if you juggle not well in the beginning, I challenge you to juggle for 1 minute every day, starting right when you see this video until the end of time. Not only is it going to get you some good exercise, which is going to make you feel better, but your ability to juggle a ball, right? If I tap a ball, even with my nose, right, and it goes in the goal, you could call that a shot. Or if I slightly tap a ball and it goes to my teammate, you could call that a pass, right? So it's not necessarily about the strength of the touch, but rather where it ends up. If it ends up in a goal, you could call it a shot. If it ends up to your teammate, that's a pass. Even if you ended up a hard pass to your friend and it goes in the goal, right? What do you call that? You meant it as a pass, but you scored, right? So it matters more that your ability to control the direction of where you want the ball to go. And when you master juggling, that's what you're doing, right? It's a rhythm. If you can get into a nice rhythm juggling, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, and just by working that simple pattern, you can develop, right? It's a fundamental skill that transfers to everything in your game, right? So even if you have to use a bounce, if you're just getting into it or you're just a beginner, even using a bounce, right foot bounce, left foot bounce, right foot bounce, left foot bounce, right? Get it going to a point. Or use your hands too, right? I've played this game for 27 years. I'm still practicing juggling a tennis ball, and when I mess up or it goes too far away, I just catch it, right? I have 4 tennis balls in my hand, and I start with 1 tennis ball, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, and if it doesn't roll too far away, or if it gets somewhere high enough where I can catch it, or out of my reach with my feet, but I can catch it with the hand, just catch it with your hand and keep getting that nice practice going. Be sure to be very relaxed, nice and easy breathing, right? The way you train is the way you play. So you gotta practice, relax. You gotta make it, fun and effortless, and you gotta laugh at yourself when you mess up, and just keep on going. Build a habit, even if it's 1 minute a day, and then before you know it, 1 minute turns into 2 to 4 to where, a good test of whether or not you could play, let's say at the collegiate level. You'd be surprised of how many collegiate players can't juggle a soccer ball for 5 minutes straight, right? So just think about it as a test to measure where you are compared to your average college soccer player. So that would be the number one thing that you could practice that's going to help your dribbling too, right? Because when you touch a ball in the air with your laces, or alternating between your right and your left foot, right? It's kind of like, dribbling won't I don't think really helps with juggling, but juggling, I believe, tremendously improves dribbling. So if I could choose one thing to do to improve shooting and dribbling, like you said, it'd be juggling. The second thing that you could do, well, I'll give you two actually. I would invest, if you're serious about training and you say you play with your boyfriend all the time, you could buy something called a skills kick trainer. It's essentially just a ball and a rope, but the beauty is the simplicity. You bring it everywhere you go. It's a great warm-up tool. You could get touches at home. You could get touches, right? I bring it almost everywhere I go, so that, right, Muhammad Ali, he trains 6 days a week, all day. So I'm not saying you gotta train like Muhammad Ali, but, you know, if you're always training, you're always getting touches, and you make up a lot of mistakes when you're in the practice, when it comes into the game, you know where the ball's gonna be because you spend so much time striking a ball. So it's just a fun way to practice on your own time. Or, you know, I've always said that you could cram months of training into days or weeks with this ball and a rope. So for $24, I tell every player I train, and I tell every player I can about it. It's a ball and a rope, skills kick trainer, $24 on Amazon. You can't beat it, so give that thing a try. In terms of locking the ankle, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, yes, you want to learn how to develop locking the ankle. And a way you could test whether or not you do this properly is by taking a size 5 ball. Actually, any ball, but size 5 is easiest. And if you get by a wall or somewhere where the ball can't run away far from you, and ideally you want to have a surface where the ball can bounce, so maybe not thick, dense grass where the ball's going to drop. If you practice hitting the ball and locking your ankle so that either the ball spins with forward spin or no spin, that's a sign that you struck the ball with your ankle locked, right? Because what you want to do is lock the ankle at the same time you're striking the ball, and that's going to allow the ball to either have forward spin or no spin. And learning this technique helped me to score a lot of goals growing up, because it allows you to shoot a ball that's going to dip over walls. It's going to be harder for the goalkeeper to save the ball when there's a lot of topspin on it. It's also going to help you develop the ability to strike a ball with power and with not that much run up, right? You can start to release a shot rapidly and have a lot of power, especially a low driven ball. So just the way to do it, and you could have a bounce. So you could just have the ball in your hands, throw the ball up in the air, kick the ball, and at the same time that you strike the ball, lock that ankle so that the ball has forward spin or no spin. And then, right, go to your left foot, same thing, throw the ball up, kick it with your left foot, lock that ankle so you have no spin or forward spin. That's what you want to see. And soon you'll be able to do this juggling, right? It's helpful if there's a wall in front of you, so you could just practice this technique and use a bounce if necessary to really drill the technique down. So the answer is yes, locking the ankle, super important. And tying back to what I just said, you could practice locking your ankle every time you strike that skills kick trainer. I mean, that's why it's so powerful, because it's not like you're taking time out of your day to go practice. Practice becomes a perpetual part of your day where, you know, whether you're at home watching TV, whether you're, you know, at the grocery store, I literally bring this ball with me almost everywhere I go, right? So get a lot of touches with it, practice both your feet. That's the beauty of the skills kick trainer. You take soccer training, you make the world your playground, literally. And in terms of number one, feeling pain in your ankle, no, I don't think you should feel pain in your ankle. I think what you're doing is if this is your foot, right? If that's your foot and that's your leg, and your ankle is right in this area, or your ankle bone is this guy right here, I think you need to strike the ball lower down, right? Lower down, right? Because you're probably striking the ball here, right? And you need to strike the ball here. And even with that skills kick trainer, right? We used to play the 1991 national team, right? 1991 national team. I'm talking about the best kids in the whole freaking country, and they were filthy, right? And one thing I noticed that a lot of these kids did while dribbling, when they dribbled, they used the outside of their foot, and they were fast, man. All these kids were fast and deadly, but they used the outside of their foot, passing. None of them, like, I don't know why I have that memory, but I just remember all of them using the outsides of their feet to dribble more than the insides of their feet, right? Because you can, in theory, run faster with the ball using the outside of your foot rather than using the inside of your foot. So, right, kind of like I prefaced in the beginning, when you're juggling a ball and you're using your laces, you could start to make passes with your laces, your instep, right, the laces, or the outside of your foot. So if you're having a lot of pain passing the ball with the inside of your foot, I would start to transition. So now whenever you pass the ball, you have a nice low-driven ball on the ground, and you're avoiding the pain. So you want to avoid pain, but your pain avoidance is actually going to help you become a better player and be able to shoot the ball better. And you could start to, you know, when someone's looking for that ball, if you have a nice ping on the ground, you could start putting balls into people's feet with confidence and be able to shoot the ball very well. So give those things a try and reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.